Bien, pues lo habíamos dejado aquí. Vamos a continuar con este Agatha Christie. Vamos a ir. Lo primero que tenemos que hacer es hablar con Donald Fraser. Que no va. No sé por qué.
This bottle is for our visitors. Personally, I prefer the sherry.
Ahora, hay que mirar primero la botella entonces. Lo vamos a examinar.
This man is tired. Donald is short of sleep, and it looks as if he didn't even bother to undress before going to bed.
Y ahora sí, vamos a hablar con él.
Mr. Parte, I don't know why I'm here.
You wanted to talk, and you came to find the only man capable of hearing you.
Mr. Parte, since Betty's death, I've doubts about myself. I don't know what to do. And I keep having a horrible dream 3 nights in a row.
Have a drink, and tell me about this dream.
It's always the same. I'm on the beach with Betty. I grab her round the throat, and I squeeze, and squeeze until she's dead. Her head falls back, and I see that it's no longer Betty. It's Megan's face.
Have you seen Megan Barnard recently?
Yes, our grief has brought us together. I never really knew her before. She's really quite a remarkable girl. But I would never tell her about my dream.
Why not? Is it her you are attacking in your dream?
No, it's Betty. And once Betty is dead, it's Megan's face that appears in its place.
Very interesting. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Bien, tenemos que utilizar nuestra intuición. ¿Cómo cabe interpretar el sueño de Donald? Supongo que esto es una que le gusta a Megan. Está cansado, supongo que es otra. Que no mata a Megan en su... No, esto no es. Poco. Ahora.
Mr. Fraser, I think that the real meaning of this dream is that you are in love with Megan Barnard.
Please go on. Do.
This dream certainly betrays your guilt.
Oh.
But what do you feel guilty about? Having killed your fiancé? Possible. Or forgetting her very quickly for her sister? Certainly. And this forgetting is perceived as a second death.
So you don't really think I was the one who killed Betty?
I do not exclude this theory. I am simply saying that I do not need to know that fact to explain your dream and your guilt.
Thank you for being frank, Mr. Poirot. You've helped me a great deal. I'm going back to Bexhill. I'll not take any more of your time up.
It is late, Mr. Fraser, and you are tired.
I'll sleep on the train. I like trains. It's easy to sleep rocked by the sound of the wheels.
Poor boy, he seems completely lost.
Well, women seem to like him. I think Megan will take care of him. Oh, I remember. Did you order the product I needed?
Yes, we'll be receiving it tomorrow.
Bien, it is late, and I asked Miss Gray to come tomorrow morning. I have a few questions I wish to ask her. Mademoiselle, I asked you here in order to answer a very important question. Am I right in thinking you said that you did not speak to anyone on the day Sir Carmichael was murdered?
It's the absolute truth.
Yet, Lady Clark maintained that she saw you talking to a stranger on the front doorstep.
Really? She must have been mistaken. Oh, I remember now. I'd forgotten all about it, but it wasn't important. It was just a salesman. One of those traders who sell stockings from door to door.
Can you describe him to me?
Medium size, glasses, dark suit, and a felt hat. Not the sort of man you notice. Completely harmless. That's why I forgot all about him.
Nothing else?
He was very hesitant and shy. Usually door-to-door salesmen are very confident, but he wasn't.
You did not leave Churston willingly, I believe.
I don't wish to lie. Lady Clark did not appreciate my presence. And Franklin could not go against the wishes of a sick lady. He is a good man, and he worries a great deal about his sister-in-law.
I noticed that you left some personal belongings behind at Churston. Are you planning on going back to collect them?
No. I prefer not to carry the weight of the past.
Bien. I must ask you one last question. Please reply frankly with either yes or no. If Lady Clark had died, would you have agreed to marry Sir Carmichael if he'd asked you?
How dare you ask such a question? Sir Carmichael treated me just like his daughter. And all that I ever felt him was affection and gratitude, nothing else.
Thank you, mademoiselle. I will not keep you any longer.
I met Thora Grey on the stairs. Her cheeks were ablaze, and she appeared to be deeply hurt. Poirot, have you offended the poor girl again? Do you have good reasons for accusing her?
I accused her of nothing, Hastings. I simply asked her an important question she did not answer. Let us see if we can answer it for her. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Bien, vamos a deducir más cosas. Tora se habría casado con Sir Carmichael si este no hubiera muerto. Sir Carmichael está muy unido a Tora Grey. Esto tiene que ser. El broche se lo había regalado Carmichael. No, esta no es. Tora es una seductora. Vale, esta es.
You must know how to read between the lines, Hastings. When Sir Carmichael refers to paternal affection, he is lying to himself. Read this engraving on the brooch. A dark dragon for an angel with glossy hair. These are the words of a lover, not a father. Lady Clark was not wrong.
What if Sir Carmichael had fallen in love with his secretary? That doesn't mean that she forced him to do so.
True, there are extenuating circumstances. She is a penniless orphan. But she is calculating. Just look how she avoided it when asked if she would have married Clark.
I see. You think she seduced Sir Carmichael for her own gain, and that now she is doing the same with his brother. Poirot, your world is a very dark place.
Do not get carried away, mon ami. We have another more important matter to settle.
Really?
Yes, would you believe that Miss Grey taught me something new? Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Vale, otros indicios. ¿Hay algún otro punto en común entre los asesinatos? Efectos permanentes. Un seductor. Vendedor ambulante. Vale, yo creo que puede ser las medias, ¿no? Caja de medias. Vendedor ambulante.
It's perfectly clear, Hastings, perfectly clear. Indeed, a stocking seller visited Andover, Bexhill and Churston on the day of each murder. We have our suspect. This should be of interest to Job.
Bien, vamos a mirar primero los periódicos.
Royal Mathematical and Statistical Society's Bulletin, September the 9th, 1935. The alphabet murder, a methodical madman. It's highly probable that the alphabet murderer will kill again. Could we possibly estimate the number of victims in his next crime? Yes, and it is easy. As soon as we know the ratio of towns, cities and villages whose names begin with a D and the ratio of English people whose names are spelled the same. On the one hand, the ratio of towns, cities and villages in England with a name starting with D, and on the other hand, the ratio of English people with a name also starting with D. After this initial calculation, it is easy to deduce the likelihood of actually being murdered if you belong to the target population. Go to the last page to find our results and details on the calculations. Daily Blag, August 31, 1935. Moustache at half-mast. Poirot's repeated failure in ABC case. Sometimes small things trouble great men. Hastings, faithful collaborator of the Belgian detective, knows something about it. 3 mornings in a row, he confided to us, the cook broke the egg yolks when preparing Poirot's breakfast. This apparently casual event has greatly disturbed my friend, to the point it breaks his concentration and slows his judgment. I also noticed his mustache, of which he is so proud, being duller than usual.
Poirot, I assure you I haven't said any such thing to the journalists. They twist everything.
Bien, y ahora sí, vamos a llamar a Jab. Aunque, bueno, espérate, tenemos también que resolver lo del documento. Ah, no, no llegaba hasta mañana. O sea, tenemos que llamar a Jab siempre.
Chief Inspector, we are looking for a stocking salesman.
I see you have a suspect.
Yes, contact all the stocking wholesalers who may employ him.
Your suspect is a salesman?
No, he does not take orders. He sells door to door.
Right. The hunt is on.
Are you leaving, Mr. Cust?
Yes, I'm going to Cheltenham.
You shouldn't travel today. You don't look very well.
I have to. I have engagements. I must respect them.
Can you get the post, Hastings?
And why don't you go and get it yourself?
Très bien. What's going on? I've never known Hastings to be so disagreeable.
Bien, vamos por el correo.
Poor Mr. Poirot. I'm quite sorry for you. If at first you don't succeed, try again. We've a long way to go still. Typery? No, that comes later. Letter T. The next little incident will take place in Doncaster on September 11th. So long, ABC. I should compare this letter with the one on my desk which I received earlier to see if it does indeed come from the same person.
Vale, pues tenemos otra carta del asesino y...
It is not the right time.
Vale, pues entonces las tenemos que comparar primero. Ya sabéis que esto es lo mismo de siempre.
Let us examine this more closely. Certain characters in the...
Buscar los defectos de las letras.
Right. Let us compare. Yes, the I characters in the two letters. I have to find some...
Por eso lo corto, porque siempre dicen lo mismo.
Yes, the A... Right. Let us compare this with the other letter. That's right. I have to find some other similar defects to confirm my theory. The W. Right. Let us compare this with the... Of course, the W characters in the two letters do in... My theory was right. These two letters were written with the same typewriter. Hastings, he strikes tomorrow. Chief Inspector Japp?
He's on another line. Can I take a message?
Yes, please, mademoiselle. It is from Hercule Poirot. Tell him ABC strikes tomorrow in Doncaster. He must call me back.
Very well, sir.
Bien, now I'm going to see what I can find from these burnt documents. I've received the product I need. Hastings, if you do not mind, I would like you to take a few notes.
Yes, yes.
Bien, pues ahora sí vamos a ir a los documentos que hay aquí. Es una especie de puzzle.
Down to work.
De puzzle de piezas.
Needs putting in order a little.
Tenemos que ir ordenando los trozos. Vamos a ver. Este podría venir aquí. No. Este aquí. Este aquí.
This page is finished. That's done. 3 more.
Vamos a por el siguiente.
This page will be reconstructed. This page is finished. And that's 2 done. It's easier.
Vamos por el siguiente. No, esta no puede ir ahí. Es esta.
This page is child's... This page will be reconstructed in a flash.
Esta va ahí. Esta aquí y esta aquí.
This page is finished. Only one more. Keep going.
Y vamos por la última. Que estaba aquí. Esta va aquí. Y esta aquí.
This page is finished. All the pages are reconstructed.
Usamos esto en el pañuelo. Y el pañuelo con las cartas.
The cloth is now soaked with solvent. Got it! Make a note, Hastings, make a note. Mrs. Alice Asher, shop owner in Andover. Tracheitis, hemoptysis, prescribed laudanum.
I got it. Look. Poirot, where on earth did you find these files?
On a fire at the bottom of the garden at Comside.
All right, but where did the person who burned them find them?
Bien, pues tenemos que leer esto.
Alice Asher, shopkeeper in Andover. Tracheitis, hemoptysis, chronic cough with loss of blood. Prescribed laudanum-based cough medicine.
Siguiente.
Betty Barnard, waitress in Bexhill. Chronic bronchitis causing dysphonia. Advised to stop smoking. Alexander Bonaparte Cust. While wounded, mustard gas and head trauma. Pulmonary emphysema. Hemoptysis. Coughing fits with blood. Suffers from absences and amnesia. Dick Dudley Dunbar, owner of the Black Swan Hotel in Doncaster. Asthmatic, heart disease, heart condition. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
¿De dónde provienen los documentos quemados? ¿De la hacienda esta del médico? Vale, pero ¿qué tiene que ver una cosa con otra? ¿De dónde provienen los documentos quemados? ¿Provienen del archivo médico del médico? Vale, los documentos quemados figura el nombre de H. Los historiales médicos fueron consultados y todas las víctimas guardan relación de garganta.
The burned documents are medical records, and without a doubt they come from Clark's archives. First of all, because all the patients have throat conditions. And secondly, their name starts with either A, B, C, or D, and it is precisely the files that match these letters that have been tampered with.
But why burn these files? How come the names of the two victims appear on them? And who are the two other patients?
These are very good questions.
Vamos a responder al teléfono.
Hello, Poirot?
Any news, Chief Inspector?
You wanted a stocking seller? We have one. Reported by his landlady, who thought he was behaving suspiciously. He has the most unbelievable name.
Alexander Bonaparte Cust.
Yes, Alexander Bonaparte Cust? How did you guess? Poirot, you have magical powers. It's a serious lead. I called Doncaster. A person matching Cust's description has been seen at the station. He got off the train from London, but after that, nobody knows where he went.
Look for him at the Black Swan Hotel.
What? How do you know he's there?
Trust me, Chief Inspector.
You appear to be very sure of yourself. Very well. I'll call the Black Swan straight away. The owner is going to get a shock when he learns that there's a murderer under his roof.
Do your best, Jap.
You can count on me.
Hastings, everything is at stake. With a little luck, our main suspect will soon be under lock and key. So, has Cust been arrested?
Yes, the Doncaster police are sending him by train.
That is good news. But why so gloomy, Chief Inspector?
Well, When I told the hotel owner that he was sheltering a murderer, he collapsed.
He's dead?
No, fortunately, but it has taken its toll on him. It has to be said that with his name starting with the letter D, he had every reason to fear Cust. I bet he was going to be the next victim.
Come now, Chief Inspector. He's at the hospital and the doctors are taking good care of him.
You think so?
Of course. Do not feel down, Chief Inspector. Let us focus on our investigation.
While we're waiting to question Cust, we could search his room in London.
Where does he live?
The Marbury Guest House?
I'll see you there.
Yes, but start without me. First of all, I have to sort out a few details for Cust's transfer.
I understand. À bientôt. Hastings, we are making good progress. Please go and search the room of our #1 suspect.
With pleasure. I did have a dentist appointment, but I'll cancel.
The dentist. So that is why you were so nervous and bad-tempered.
A visit to the dentist is never an enjoyable prospect.
But an unavoidable one. Go to your appointment, Hastings. I will manage on my own. To Marbury Guest House, please.
Un trofeo. Y ya, nada más. Bien, pues... Por aquí no hay nada que observar. Sí, esto.
I've been going past this modest guest house for so long. I would never have thought that the ABC case would lead me here. Marbury. There is a very pretty village by this name, in Cheshire.
Pues yo creo que ya lo hemos observado todo. Vamos a entrar. Vamos a observar por aquí un piano.
It is a very beautiful piano. Maybe Mrs. Marbury likes to play in her free time.
Y de aquí...
It looks like I've found the real master of this house.
Observamos esto.
There is no need to worry about the household cat. I'm sure that Mrs. Marbury lets it do what it pleases.
Y de aquí ya no tenemos nada más que observar, simplemente hablar con la dueña de la pensión. Así que venga, vamos a hablar con ella.
How do you do? You must be Mr. Hercule Poirot. Chief Inspector Jupp told me that you might be coming.
Madame, you may be of valuable help to me.
It would be my pleasure to help you. Will there be some journalists there as well?
I think you might even be interviewed. You are a key witness.
I've suspected him for some time, but he appeared so harmless. Oh yes, sometimes he got angry and waved his arms about. But even then, he wasn't frightening. And he was as gentle as a lamb again immediately afterwards. It was only this morning that I understood. He told me he was going to Cheltenham, but my daughter saw him at Euston Station. It's not the right station. To get to Cheltenham, you have to take the train from Paddington. And what's more, Mr. Cuss left behind an ABC with Doncaster underlined. As you can imagine, when I saw that, I called Scotland Yard.
One moment, please. How did you know that Cust had underlined Doncaster in his railway guide?
I went and had a look in his room.
I see. Do you make a habit of searching through your lodger's belongings?
Well, what are you going to do later? I bet you're going to poke around his room too?
Tell me, did you have any other reason to suspect Mr. Cust?
He's rather queer. He talks to himself. He has a bad cough. Because of the war, he says. And then he was in Churston when that millionaire got murdered. I found his train ticket when I washed his coat. He didn't want me to wash his shirt. He washed it himself. But I did see big brown stains on it.
Do you think it was blood?
It might have been.
Cust used to travel for his work. Is that correct?
Yes, although he was unwell on trains.
Do you know where Cust was at the time of the murder in Andover and Bexhill? On June the 21st and July the 25th?
No idea.
But surely you keep a register.
It won't do you much good. Mr. Cust rents his room for the year. If he goes away for a few days, I have no reason to make a note of it. Ah, I remember one thing. Bexhill by the sea, right?
Indeed, it is a large seaside resort.
Well, as it happens, at the start of July, Mr. Cust asked me to repair his bathing dress. Suspicious, huh?
That does not help me much. There are hundreds of English towns by the sea. Anything else?
Well, I was only saying. I also forgot to say that he started buying newspapers that talked about the case.
Which newspapers?
The evening ones and the daily ones.
That will be all for now. I'm going to take a look at his room.
Take the key on the counter.
Bien, vamos a coger la llave.
I should check the register. Mrs. Marbury may have been hiding something from me.
I don't think my register will help you. Mr. Cust rents his room all year. If he goes away for a few days, I have no reason to make a note of it.
Así que venga, vamos a mirar el registro.
The truth is becoming apparent, and I have something to say to Mrs. Marbury.
Volvemos a examinarla esta vez.
This woman appears to be in a bad mood. Mrs. Marbury is taking out her bad mood on the evening meal's potato.
Y hablamos con ella otra vez.
Mrs. Marbury, if I am to believe the register, you rented room 306 to a certain Mr. Fishman on the day of the Bexhill murder? Room 306 is Cust's room. Can you explain yourself?
If I did, it was because Mr. Cust wasn't here. What about it?
You rented the same room to two people. That's fraud.
Calm down, Mr. Poirot. My lodgings were full and I couldn't let poor Mr. Fishman sleep outside.
Bueno, pues venga, vamos a ir a la habitación de Cust. Espejito.
Laudanum Cameron's Chemists. Laudanum, a medicine for coughs. It is what Dr. Clark prescribed for Mrs. Asher. This subject would probably be useful to me.
Bien, nos llamamos el antitusivo.
Diethyl barbituric acid, Johnson Company. I know this medicine. It is a powerful sedative. This subject would probably be useful to me.
Vale, nos llamamos el sedativo también, ¿vale? De aquí nada más. Vamos a mirar la parte esta de aquí.
How hopeful. This place is a real mess. The least we can say that Mr. Cust is not very concerned about order and balance.
Vamos a mirar la máquina de escribir.
Cust is parsimonious. He keeps his pencils and sharpens them until there is nothing left. It is clear that he did not grow up in luxury. I have to get the ribbon. How am I going to do it?
Bien, esto es un pequeño puzzle donde creo que todavía no podíamos... Oh, sí.
The left-hand heel has been removed.
Desenroscamos esto.
The
Desenroscamos
right-hand heel
esta.
has been removed.
Y ahora sí, pues nos podemos llevar la cinta.
Something is blocking the ribbon.
Bien, ahora
And
sí.
here is the ribbon. Let us see if it was indeed used to write the letters sent by ABC. I only need the ink ribbon for my inquiry. I will let Jack clean the keyboard if he wishes. All the letters announcing the murders were written on Cust's typewriter.
Bien, seguimos
Did
mirando.
Cust drop it when he opened the window? Or was it Mrs. Marbury while she was cleaning? John Milligan, Managing Director, Silky Legs, Frederick Street, Leicester. To A.B. Cust, Marbury's Guest House, 1935, May the 21st. Dear Sir, further to our letters dated 5th and 10th of the month, we confirm we are you as door-to-door salesman, according to the conditions stated in our previous letters. We will send you the articles by mail and also a Redfield typewriter you will be using for every business letter. Regarding the schedule of your rounds, please do as following. June 21, Andover. Arrive by train the 20th in the evening and get a room at Station Hotel. Start your turn in the north part of the town. This letter establishes that Cust went to Andover, but the ink has hidden the destinations of his other trips. I know from Mrs. Marbury that he went to Churston. I just have to show that he went to Bexhill, and I will have proved that he was present at all the crime scenes.
Vale, miramos la guía
ABC.
y el cuchillo.
A long-bladed knife. A murderer's weapon. This object would probably be useful to me.
El cuchillo nos lo vamos a llevar porque lo vamos a usar en las cajas estas de aquí.
ABC guys. Enough to sign about a dozen murders. It's closed.
Así que vamos a, como está cerrado, vamos a usar el cuchillo y lo vamos a abrir.
This knife is very useful. Who knows? Maybe it never cut anything other than string. Stockings.
Y por último vamos a mirar el armario donde nos vamos a encontrar periódicos.
All the main articles referring to the ABC case are here, from the Churston murder onwards. Nothing before that date. The Bexhill Daily Paper, dated from the day of the Bexhill murder. Most probably the bathing dress repaired by Mrs. Marbury's expert hands. Trousers, white shirts. Everything has been washed very well.
Bien, pues que yo recuerde... Vale, aquí hay algo más.
War of 1914-1918. By the King's order, the name of Corporal A.B. Cust, Devonshire Regiment, was published on the London Gazette on May the 10th, 1918, as mentioned in a dispatch for gallant and distinguished service. An army dispatch, wounded on the Somme front, victim of a gas attack. Corporal Cust greatly deserves his distinction.
Y yo creo que ya no hay nada más por aquí.
It is now the right time.
Pues sí, hay algo más. ¿Qué es lo que nos ha registrado? Esto está todo, esto está todo. Por aquí también, por aquí también. Y por aquí también, ¿qué es lo que me falta? Vamos a ver, vamos a repasar. Por aquí está la cama.
The least we can say that Mr. Cust is not very concerned about order and balance.
Que no se puede hacer nada. Luego por aquí está la máquina de escribir. Y lo demás que ya está todo hecho.
The least we can say that Mr. Cust is not very
Vamos
concerned about order and
otro lado.
balance.
Vale. Bien, esto es lo que me falta. Vale. Me acabo de acordar, las manchas de sangre.
This dark stain. It could be blood, but goodness knows how long it has been there. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
¿Dónde se encontraba Cust en el momento en que se produjo el asesinato de Bexley? Vale, esto seguro. ¿Puede ser esta? Sí.
The register shows that Cust did not sleep at the guest house on the day of the murder. Where was he? Bexhill. The Bexhill paper reveals it. Cust bought this newspaper in Bexhill on July the 25th. No use continuing the inspection of this room. I've seen all there is to see.
Bien, pues ahora sí nos podemos largar de aquí.
Goodbye, Mrs. Marbury. Thank you for your help.
I look forward to seeing you again, Mr. Poirot.
Ah, Chief Inspector. I was about to leave.
Good evening, Chief Inspector. Welcome. Please excuse me, I must go to the kitchen. I'll leave the key of Mr. Cust on the counter.
I'm sorry I'm late. I've spent ages with the Doncaster police. And you?
I have established one fact. On 3 occasions, Cust was at the scene on the day of the crimes.
Vale, vamos a hablar con Jap.
I had best talk to Jap.
I've listened closely to what you have to say, Poirot. For me, there's no doubt Cust is guilty. Do you have any element that might prove the contrary?
That is what we're going to look for. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Cust tuvo la posibilidad de matar a las 3 víctimas. Se encontraba en Charleston. Se encontraba en Bexhill. y se encontraba en Andover. Cass y el asesino tienen algún punto en común. Las cartas de su máquina de escribir. Escupe sangre cuando tose. Y tiene guía en su habitación. No, pero esta me parece a mí que no. Creo que tenía sangre sobre él. Cass y el asesino tienen algún punto en común. Todas las cartas enviadas a Poirot provienen de su máquina de escribir. Esto es en común con el asesino. Tiene los diarios que hablan de los asesinatos. Y tiene el cuchillo que sirvió para apuñalar a Clark. No, esto no me sirve. Y tiene las guías. Sangre. Es que Cass y el asesino tienen algún punto en común. Cass y el asesino, vale, tienen en común, tienen las guías. Todas las cartas provienen de su máquina de escribir. Y el cuchillo. Si esto lo puse antes, no. El comportamiento de Cass es sospechoso. Guarda los diarios. Mintió sobre su destino. Y tenía sangre sobre él.
The evidence against Cust is overwhelming. His presence at the scenes, the knife, the blood-stained shirt, the ABCs in a box.
C'est vrai. However, the blood Mrs. Marbury saw on Cust's shirt may have been his own. According to his medical records, he suffers from hemoptysis. The murderer cut Sir Carmichael's throat from behind, and the blood spurted outwards. You would expect the murderer's shirt to be stained on the sleeves, not on the buttonholes, yet we see quite the opposite. You would expect the murderer to keep the newspaper articles about his crimes. But Cust's collection starts in Cheston, as if it discovered the case rather late.
I agree it's troubling, but it doesn't change my mind. There's small details that we should be able to clear up by questioning Cust.
When can we talk to him?
Doncaster is sending him to us on the first train.
Are they questioning him already?
He says he can't remember a thing.
It's plausible. Doctors say he suffers from absences and amnesia. Mrs. Marbury has confirmed this.
He may have done the murders in an altered state.
A familiar situation.
It's not enough to clear his name. Dr. Thompson insisted that even if you don't know what you're doing, you never commit a murder without wanting to.
Très intéressant. I shall remember that.
Right. I'll go and examine the suspect's room.
Chief Inspector, I took the liberty of removing a few clues to examinatum.
All right, we'll discuss them tomorrow. In the meantime, I'm going to see if you've missed something.
Vale, pues vamos a ir al taxi, que creo que tenemos que ir a
To
Scotland
Scotland
Yard.
Yard, please.
Y vamos a hacer ya una paradita aquí. Vale, tenemos que interrogar a Cust. Así que venga, vamos a hacer una parada aquí. Ya después en el siguiente vídeo volvemos con el interrogatorio. Y creo que ya llegaremos hasta el final del juego.